Yo, what is going down, everybody? It is Straight Out of Austin here, and today I'm back for episode number 7 of my Pittsburgh Pirates franchise here on MLB 17 The Show. So approaching July 31st, we got a couple of trade offers. One of them was sort of interesting for Marcus Stroman and a package of Roberto Osuna and Kendrys Morales for Garrett Cole, but Cole only has one less year of team control than Stroman, so I thought the downgrade from Cole to Stroman was not worth that package. I decided to revisit the Andrew McCutchen trade. Not thinking I was going to make one, but I just wanted to see what the packages were, if they had gotten any better since I had last tried. Now, the sort of all-player packages weren't too impressive. I looked at some of the prospect ones, and this was the first time a team other than the Red Sox actually offered us a pure prospect package. The Nationals and the Dodgers also made offers, but the Red Sox continue to be the most interesting team. The only way this makes sense for them is if they gave up Bradley and then moved either Benintendi or Betts to center field. You know, two players who are very capable of playing that spot, and Bradley, you know, being such a good defensive outfielder, maybe not quite as valuable to the Red Sox as he would be to another team. Now, we also have a few really good defensive outfielders, so Bradley also, you know, maybe not quite as valuable to us as he might be to a team like the Detroit Tigers, who could really use his defense in the outfield, but still, Bradley would provide us a few more years of team control. I think 3 on top of this one. The rest of this year, he would have 3 more. Whereas McCutchen only has 1, and we could also try and get someone like Rafael Devers or Eduardo Rodriguez or maybe Blake Swihart, another sort of piece to add into that mix to make it a little bit more worth it for us, but I just decided it wasn't worth making that deal right now. That's the type of trade I could revisit in the offseason if I wanted to, so I decided to make no more moves. We passed July 31st into the second week of August now, where we are taking on the Detroit Tigers. Take a look at their lineup here, as it's AJ Schugel on the mound for the Pirates, facing this vaunted Detroit lineup featuring the likes of Victor Martinez, Miguel Cabrera, and Justin Upton. No JD Martinez in this game. I don't know if he was hurt. He must have been, because I don't think he was traded yet. So anyway, Upton with the RBI base knock right there. I don't know why I decided to pitch him inside, but I did, and he gets a pretty nice solid single right there. Now, here was a dumb play by the Tigers, a little hit and run with V-Mart. Cabrera gunned out at third, didn't even have to make a good throw, but he is pretty slow now, so not too challenging of a play for Cervelli to make, and then Schugel freezes V-Mart with the changeup, sort of in the upper half of the zone for the strikeout. Now, bottom to Steven Moya up, one of the biggest power-hitting prospects in baseball, of course. Not really known as a top prospect because he can't do much else other than hit the ball for power, but he can hit the ball a long ways, and he shows it right there, dead center field, taking Schugel deep, and just like that, it is 2-0 Tigers. Take a look at the replay. That one hung more over the middle of the zone than I wanted it to. That should have been more outside. And Schugel pays for it. So now McCann up later in the inning, 3-2 count. He goes down looking on the changeup. Schugel has been very impressive so far. He got called up after we sent Glasnow down after his struggles early on in the season. And since then, Schugel has made 15 starts, and he has a 2.25 ERA. Now, if you look at the peripherals, the strikeouts, not great. He's averaging, I want to say, around maybe like 7.8, 7.9, maybe even 8 strikeouts per 9. The walks are around 2.5 per 9. The home runs have been down, that's the biggest thing, but that's not something that's going to be entirely sustainable. I think Schugel is probably going to be prone to giving up more home runs than he has so far, so he's definitely going to regress. I would never expect him to pitch to the tune of a 2.25 ERA again at any point in his career, but I think he's solidified himself as kind of a candidate for that 5th starter spot moving forward. So here's an interesting play. They try to pick off Marte once. They check on him again. This time the ball gets by Cabrera at first, so a run is going to score Marte up to second, and the Pirates are on the board. So now a 2-1 ball game. Marte, after advancing to third, it's Hansen up. He is going to rope one into right field. That will fall for a base hit, and the Pirates have tied up the game at 2 runs apiece there on the Allen Hansen RBI single. Now Andrew McCutchen up. He is going to take that pitch. Hansen trying to steal second. Check this out, though. I've never gotten into a rundown that I lasted this long in MLB. I think my timing is really good, but I think the Tigers are a very slow team, and I think they actually had a tough time catching up to the speedy Hansen here. You can see I try my luck at this point after that throw was sort of offline to second base, but Iglesias made a nice play, got the throw back over to first in time, and they do eventually tag Hansen out. Now it's McCutchen still up at the dish. He was hitting the ball pretty well today. He's not someone that I've had a lot of success with using in the games, but he hit the ball really well today, and you will see that not only in that at-bat as he lined at the center, but in future at-bats in this video. A little foreshadow right there. Hansen now with a sick play in the hole. They would call him safe at first, but he was obviously out, and we would challenge that one. It would be overturned. So a really nice play by Allen Hansen to get the first out of the inning. 2 batters later with a man on. It's Upton up. He's going to ground that one to Hansen. Flip to second. Not the flip, but the toss to second for 1. On to first in time. A 6-4-3 double play. And Schugel is out of the jam. Now Lowry up later in the top half of the 4th. He's going to work a walk right there. So 2 men on for Josh Harrison. You can see, look at the eye on Harrison, already getting pretty big right now. You could tell Sanchez not really feeling too good. And after his second straight walk, Ausmus is going to take him out after only throwing about 57, 58 pitches right there. Ausmus going to his bullpen. It's going to be Alex Wilson, who's pitched to the tune of a 4.22 ERA so far this season. He is going to face Josh Bell. He induces the pop fly just behind the first base bag right there. It is Cabrera making the play on the very beginning of the outfield right there. 2-down for Jaso. He's going to line one or fly one towards right, but the right fielder there in plenty of time to make the play. And just like that, Wilson gets the Tigers out of the jam. So now in the bottom half of the fourth, it is going to be V-Mart up, and V-Mart swinging and missing on the sinking fastball by Schugel. Another strikeout for the former Arizona Diamondback. Here's McCutchen, that man I was talking about earlier. He's going to rip one down the left field line. That should be good for extra bases. McCutchen rounding first, heading for two, and he will be in there easily. So the Pirates get a man in scoring position. Now the next batter is going to be Gregory Polanco. The Tigers will call upon Kyle Ryan to face the left-handed Polanco, the 1-2 count, and Polanco swings and misses on the changeup right there. Definitely fooled by the location of that pitch, even if it was a mislocation. Now, bottom half of the inning, McCann up. He's already struck out once tonight. He does it again, this time on the sinking fastball. That was not a good pitch, but it tied up McCann. V. Martin now later in the inning. This is going to be a 5-4-3 double play, the second double play turned by the Pirates infield this game. Skipping ahead now all the way to the top half of the seventh, Bruce Rondon on to face Starling Marte. He's already got one strikeout this inning. He's going to pick up another as Marte goes down on the slider. On to the bottom half now with a man on. This is a familiar story. Ground ball with a man on. That's going to be to second for one. On to first. Another double play. So the Tigers' lack of speed and athleticism sort of starting to show this game. And this was a controversial call. We saw Jed Lowry strike out on a pretty bad pitch in the last episode. Hansen works a walk. He would steal second. And then McCutchen goes yard. He takes liftoff. Look where this ball's going to land. All the way at the top of the bleachers. Up by their retired numbers there in Comerica. A 466-foot bomb off of Rondon. And McCutchen gives the Pirates the lead. I mentioned how well he'd been swinging the bat this episode. And he does it once again right there. A long home run right there. That was an absolute no-doubter. So, on to the bottom half of the eighth. Schugel's day would be done after 7 strong innings, 2 earned runs. We're going to call on Glass now, trying to switch things up with our setup role. You know, Bastardo had not really been getting it done. Riveros had a good year, but I wanted to try a Glass now, especially against the primarily right-handed lineup of the Tigers, especially these power hitters, but it's not going to work because that ball was left over the heart of the plate. Cabrera rips it into the gap there. The runner from first is going to come all the way around to score. Marte over to it, gets it into the cutoff man. The throw will go to third, but Cabrera cuts the lead in half now as it is a 4-3 game thanks to his RBI double. 2 down now for first and second for V-Mart, and he goes down on the changeup, just looking right there. Second time he's been frozen by a changeup on the top half of the zone, or in the top half of the zone. So on to the ninth now, Tony Watson getting the call. We didn't use him as the closer in episode 5. We're doing it again here, and this time he is going to get the strikeout of Austin Jackson right there for the second out of the inning, or first out of the inning, excuse me. Now Stephen Moya up 2-2 count. He goes down on the changeup, second K of the inning for Watson. Now it is James McCann up next. He's got 2 strikes on him. He's going to ground this one to the third baseman. Lowry barehanding it, making the play in plenty of time. And just like that, the Pirates earn the 4-3 victory. So a good win in Detroit, part of a home-and-home, 2 games at each venue during this week series, a Monday through Thursday series. So we ended up actually winning the first 2 games in Pittsburgh, and now we take Game 3 in Detroit. So playing pretty good baseball at this point. Like I said, a lot better than we had been earlier in the season. I have hopes of an outside chance at a playoff run, but we'll see. I doubt it's going to happen. I wouldn't be expecting it, but I'm still holding out hope. I think we have the chance. This team definitely has enough talent to do it, so we will see. Anyway, that is going to do it. Hope you guys did enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I'm out. Peace.